Today, in this video I'm going to talk about Canada immigration new update. I'm going to talk about why exempt US from new travel restrictions, feds point to low Omicron transmission. If you are interested in this topic, please watch till the end of this video for latest immigration updates and news. Please like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell icon. Let's get into the video. Transport Minister Omar Alghabra is standing by the decision not to extend new COVID-19 travel restrictions to the United States, saying the government has no significant reporting of transmission of this new Omicron variant in the US. His comments come as the government implemented multiple new travel restrictions after the discovery of the Omicron variant. According to the new rules, anyone coming into Canada from a country other than the United States will have to be tested on arrival, then isolate and await their results. Those measures are temporary for us to learn more about this variant, to learn more about its severity, and we will continually adjust based on the advice and the information that we get, Alghabra said, speaking during an interview with the West Block host Mercedes Stevenson. There are very little reports of community transmission of Omicron in the United States. If that changes, we will change our measures. As of Friday, Canada had identified 12 cases of the Omicron variant in the country, while the United States had reported just 10 cases in total. However, there have been at least 2 known US cases of community transmission, one in a fully vaccinated man in Minnesota who had recently traveled to New York City, and another in an individual in Hawaii with no recent history of travel. Meanwhile, Canada has an even stricter set of rules in place for travelers from 10 African countries: South Africa, Mozambique, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Lesotho, Eswatini, Nigeria, Malawi and Egypt. South Africa reported thousands of new cases daily this week, and the country's National Institute for Communicable Diseases said that 74% of the 249 samples sequenced in November were identified as Omicron. Foreign nationals who have been in these countries in the last 14 days are not allowed into Canada, and any Canadians traveling home from these countries will have to be tested at the airport and would have to quarantine while awaiting their test results. We're hearing about community transmission in the United States, we're hearing about community transmission in Europe, infectious disease specialist Dr. Zain Chagla told Stevenson on the West Block, and so, slapping certain countries with travel bans and not banning everyone really doesn't make a lot of sense. Alghabra said there are still a number of requirements for travelers from the United States. They still have to adhere to rules about pre-departure PCR testing, they must be fully vaccinated and they could be subjected to mandatory testing, he explained. Currently, today, we have 20,000 tests a day at our borders, both land borders and airport borders, upon entry, Alghabra said. We have capacity for testing, we're ramping it up. There's no doubt that this will stretch our capacity that exists today, but we have been acting swiftly. Testing policies are likely to be more effective than travel bans, according to Chagla. Using a mitigation strategy of testing at the airport is probably a long-term solution that makes the most sense, he said. You could be in the United States or you could be in sub-Saharan Africa and face a similar risk, depending on what's going on, to bring the Omicron variant back to Canada. New guidance on boosters. The new travel rules weren't the only big COVID-19 announcement the government made this week. The National Advisory Committee on Immunization recommended on Friday that Canadians over the age of 50 should get a COVID-19 booster shot and that those aged 18 to 49 should be offered them 6 months after their second dose, too. But according to Chagla, the benefits of keeping vaccines in Canada for booster shots aren't as clear-cut as the benefits of sharing them with other nations that are struggling with their rollout. There is some data for boosters. I'm not going to say there isn't. There is data that's coming out of Israel. There's some randomized clinical trials that do show boosters may reduce symptomatic disease in some individuals, Chagla said. There may be some benefits on a population level to giving boosters in some populations. But, Chagla warned, Canada really must be cognizant of the fact that it can't stockpile this vaccine. As long as we're connected to each other via travel, we're going to be connected to each other via variants one way or another, he said. We're not safe until everyone is safe. In areas where there are low vaccination rates, the virus is more likely to spread, experts have repeatedly said. The more the virus spreads and the more it replicates, the more likely it is that it will mutate. Those mutations can sometimes be advantageous for the virus, for example, by making it more transmissible, or teaching it to evade vaccines. In Africa, the vaccination rate is 7% compared to about 70+% in Canada, said WHO advisor Dr. Peter Singer in an interview with Global News on Thursday. That's a breeding ground for variants. This should be part of the equation as Canada considers its booster strategy, according to Chagla. There are many buyers that need this vaccine, he said, and a dose that ends up on Canadian soil is a dose that's not ending up elsewhere in the world. Hopefully the details and information is presented in this video is helpful. Canada Immigration News Channel will be releasing a new video when new information is available on any of these updates or requirements. If you have not subscribed, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click on that notifications bell icon. See you sooner in next new immigration video. Okay, bye.